Hello everyone. I wanted to make a video on situational awareness, and the reason I wanted to make this video was because I have considerable difficulty in moving about, and I do have to travel a little bit, and because I live in two different cities, in two different countries. So when I was at the airport about a few months ago, I went to I was going to fly the next day, so I went to stay in the airport hotel, and I went to sleep about midnight, about that time, and there was a fire alarm at exactly about 1 a.m. Now the lights in the room were down. I had switched them off. So when I was woken by that blaring sound, I immediately thought that it was the alarm clock. So I tried to hit it a couple of times, and it didn't work. And then I couldn't find my torch, so I was fishing around for my torch, which I always keep on my bedside table, and I eventually found it. And then I managed to find the light switch, and then I kept hitting the alarm clock, and then realized that it wasn't actually the alarm clock. The entire room was echoing with the sound, and then I started to get my senses back up, and I could hear some commotion outside. So I went out of my room, opened the door, and literally everyone was sort of fast walking towards the exits, and I realized that it was a fire alarm. And I didn't actually realize that I actually heard people say it's a fire alarm, so I kind of realized that they were being asked to leave the building. So I came back in, and I quickly, really quickly changed, but really quickly for me isn't as quick as it is for other people. So that has sort of inspired me to do this video. Now this video is aimed at everyone, and therefore there aren't any like multi-tools or knives or firearms or anything of that nature, because I wanted this video to be sort of TSA proof or airport proof or whatever, police proof and so on. So I didn't put anything that, because you might be abroad mainly, or you might be in another city or in another state. So I just kept it bare simple. So just a couple of things that I recommend, certainly from experience, that if you keep them with you, they will make your life a lot easier. So I'll start from right to left, and I'll just move the camera a little bit as well. First of all, I do recommend that you have a flashlight with you. A lot of people do sleep with the lights closed, and if you have to get up in an emergency, even if you're at home and you sleep with the lights closed, it's really good to have a simple, good quality flashlight next to you, literally at arm's length. So if you think about, if you wear glasses, you take them off and you put them at arm's length on the bedside table when you go to bed, when you go to sleep. It's the same sort of principle. So a simple flashlight. This is a Maglite. This is a Maglite AA LED. It's a really simple torch. Just a simple, bright, clear LED light. Nothing else. No push switch. Just a simple turn on off. I think pretty much everyone knows about Maglites. If you don't, well, it's just a simple torch. Takes AA batteries. They can be found anywhere in the world. The CR123 batteries are very expensive, very difficult to find, especially when you are abroad, outside Europe, especially, and America. They get really more expensive as you move away from the States. Mobile. So after that, after stage one, I think the next thing that you should always have with you is communication. So a mobile phone. Pretty much everyone has their life on their mobile phone in terms of like contacts and notes and details and so on. They use it as a notebook and so on. So have your mobile phone with you. Now, even if you it's when you go to bed, it's like 99% charged or something. I recommend that you put it onto charge, because you might have put some app in the background, something that's going to drain it. You never know with technology. Every time they upgrade, it takes more and more battery power. So just hook it up to the mains. There's no real harm done, and if you do need to go, you're going to have a certain surety that it's going to be about 95-99% charged. There's nothing bad that, it's always bad if you grab your phone in an emergency and it's like 10-20%. Really annoying. When you travel abroad, please always keep your passport with you. I cannot stress that enough. In some countries, they insist on keeping your passport at the hotel check-in. I recommend negotiate with them. Let them keep a photocopy, a color photocopy of them. Give them your credit card details. Pay in advance. That way, they will be assured that you're not going to run. And even if you do, you've already paid. Not that it's a testament to your character, but hotels are like that. They don't trust anyone these days. Pay in advance. That way, you can keep hold of your passport because they are going to be assured that they're not going to lose money. Keep your passport with you. Keep some cash with you, whichever country you're in. If you're in the States, keep some dollars with you. In the UK, keep some pounds. The Europe and I think Republic of Ireland, they use euros. Keep some euros with you. If you go further afield to the Middle East, local currency like dirhams or dinar and so on. Whichever country you happen to be in, keep some money with you in cash, not as a credit card, because plastic doesn't always work and is not always accepted. A notebook and pen, very helpful to keep notes with you. Batteries die, pen and paper doesn't. I always keep just a write on a rain notebook. It has my medical emergency notes in it and a pen that will always work. It's a write in the rain pen with a Fisher Space refill. Moving on to stage 4, bottle of water and a food bar. It can be a flapjack or anything. Like I have a Cliff Bar there. Now you may say, well, you might be shouting at me now saying, get your priorities straight. You don't need to worry about food or water. I think from my perspective, being someone who's constantly unwell and so on, it's very important to have water and a little bit of food with you. It's great for morale. It's great for the act of eating and drinking. And just that little bit kind of helps you to concentrate and to evaluate what you need to do. Logically instead of just running about and messing everything up. Also, if you don't need it, give it to the person next to you because it's an act of kindness. Nothing bad comes off it. Nothing ever bad comes of kindness. And even if they do not reciprocate, at least your morality or your act will never go unnoticed by people or humanity. So just have something with you. And you never know, even if you are the most fittest person, sometimes in a stressful situation, every situation is different. It might be similar, but it will be different. So you might just react differently. Like I said, I woke up at 1 o'clock and I was hitting the alarm clock. Now, even if you were, completely fit and very logical and so on, you might get stressed in that situation. You might not, but you don't know. So there's no harm in it. And there might be children with you, there might be an elderly person with you, there might be a partner with you who's under stress, who might not be as tough or mentally tough, physically tough as you are, or something, or the other way around even. So it's always helpful. Stage 5, clothes. For ladies, I would recommend, I'm not a big expert unfortunately, but just something easy to put on, like a dress or something. Nothing fancy, just something simple. And a light jacket. But again, you might be saying, well, I live in a desert environment. I don't need a jacket then. Well, the reason I'm saying all of this is because a lot of emergencies happen at night, when things are a little bit more bad, and your overall concentration is a bit low because you've been asleep and so on. Going out at night from a warm room to the general environment atmosphere can upset your body, and even in desert environments it does get cold. There's no harm in having a jacket with you. There's no harm in having a light jacket with you. Push comes to shove, dump it. Push comes to shove, give it to someone. Again, there might be someone needy with you, or that could help a fellow person, the person staying next door to you in a hotel, your next door neighbour, a couple of guys down the street, or if you're at the airport. Anyone can help, and again, your act of kindness will not go unnoticed. Again, have your shoes, preferably for ladies, I would recommend flats, simply because I can imagine it's sort of easier to walk about in the flats, or even trainers, like sports shoes. Just like normal men's boots, I suppose. What I'm trying to say is like a flat sole, so it's easier to run about. And the final thing I recommend is having a bag with you. Now, I always go to sleep with my bag, and on the night in question, I actually did have my bag packed because I always pack my bag before I go to bed, even at home, and especially in hotels. My bag always contains medicine and a change of clothes, a change of underwear, shirt. I don't have a change of like trousers or anything, but I do have like a shirt, a change of underwear, socks, and so on. And they're in a Ziploc bag. Now you can go ahead and do that, or you can do whatever suits your situation. But in there, if you need any type of medication, please keep some medication with you. Um, Copies of passport, driving license, your travel itinerary, some spare cash, a spare battery for your phone if it takes a spare battery, or maybe a charger like one of the those battery powered chargers that you can get. They can give you emergency charge to your phone, something like that. And anything else that you feel necessary. Now, I might be missing quite a lot of things that you need to keep in your bag, but sort of keep it in sort of a travel environment, whereas, it's about 12 kilograms or something and not heavier, or and keep it sort of TSA kind of approved, simply because it allows you to not have to dump any equipment or not carry any equipment that is unnecessary in terms of, well, you get to security at an airport and you realize, oh God, I've got like a penknife with me. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to have to throw it away. But that's wasting money. You've spent money on to buy it, and if someone's actually given it to you, it probably has a far more sentimental value. So put those kind of things in your suitcase. If they get lost, you don't have to take them with you. This bag is the bag that always goes with you at all times. So I would recommend not to put any tools in there, simply because if you're in another country and you get searched, they might be easy on you, they might not be easy on you, because, let's not go into politics, but you get the general idea that sometimes law enforcement are not helpful, especially to non-residents, because they see it as an easy arrest. Um, you know, and but you're subject to that law anyway, even though you're not a national of that country. But you are subject to the law of the land that you are, or the country that you are currently in. So keep it simple, but keep it sort of actionable, that you can just get ready to go and go at any time. Now, you may never need it, and I hope you never need to bail out. But you never know. Like, I never knew. I knew on the day it wasn't actually a physical fire. There had been like a spark in the kitchen or something, and the main reason again behind making this video was, I saw a lot of tourists come out just in their bathrobes and hotel slippers, and they were stood outside in the cold. It was a really cold day, and wasn't even it was in, like, I think it was June or something, and I won't name the hotel I was staying in because they get touchy, but I am going to say it was very, very badly managed. It's a 4-star hotel, and the evacuation procedure was very badly managed. As a disabled person, I didn't actually receive any assistance. Now, there are people, I mustn't grumble, and I'm not going to, hence I'm saying this, but there are people who are in a far worse position than I am, and frankly, there was actually no one there. There was just one person saying, please leave, please leave, please leave, and then he walked away. He didn't bother to check if there was anyone disabled or needed assistance. So you can't always rely on staff. Don't take it personally if you work in a hotel. You might be a really good staff member, but there are people that you sometimes cannot rely on who are in that uniform or have that position of responsibility. So if you have that little bit of preparedness, you save yourself and the people around you, and it all works out. And I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you can take some ideas and maybe help your friends if it's not relevant to you, but I really do hope it helps you. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it, and I shall speak with you later on. Thank you. Bye.